200 empires ruled the world over 5,000 years. You know 5 of them. The rest were deliberately erased. Not by time, by conquest that included cultural genocide as strategy. The forgotten empires didn't fade away. They were systematically destroyed by the empires we celebrate in history class. Rome had a plan: conquer, assimilate, erase. They didn't just defeat Carthage in 146 BC. They salted the earth, demolished every building, sold every survivor into slavery, and banned the Punic language under penalty of death. Within 3 generations, nobody alive spoke Carthaginian. The empire that ruled the Mediterranean for 400 years became a footnote. That wasn't an accident, it was policy. But wait, it gets worse. This wasn't unique to Rome. Spain did it to the Aztecs and Mayans. Britain did it to dozens of African kingdoms. China did it to the Dzungar, killing 80% of their population in what historians now call the 18th century's forgotten genocide. Russia did it to the Circassians, erasing a 5,000-year-old culture in 30 years of systematic extermination. America did it to over 500 native nations, destroying their languages, burning their histories, kidnapping their children. And then, the cruel irony nobody teaches. The great empires we study in school are just the ones who were best at erasing evidence of the empires they destroyed. The Persian Empire conquered and absorbed 23 other empires. We know Persian history. We don't know the 23. The Mongols destroyed the Khwarezmian Empire so completely that most people have never heard of it, despite it controlling 3.6 million square kilometers. In the end, the greatest cover-up in history. 95% of human political organizations have been deliberately erased from collective memory, not by accident, by victors writing history while burning the losers' libraries. The Library of Alexandria contained records of hundreds of civilizations. It burned. Mayan codices documented millennia of history. Spanish priests burned 99% of them. Chinese emperors ordered the burning of books from conquered dynasties 17 times. The price? We live in a world where history is written by cultural genociders. Every empire we study committed erasure. Every civilization we celebrate destroyed others to claim their glory. 100 million people died in these conquests. Billions more had their histories stolen, their languages banned, their monuments demolished, their existence denied. And here's what archaeologists actually keep finding: ruins of vast cities with no names, scripts nobody can read, empires so thoroughly erased that we can't even identify which modern peoples are their descendants. The forgotten empires aren't waiting to be remembered. They were murdered, and the murderers are the heroes of our textbooks. This is the story of how glory requires erasure, and how every great civilization stands on unmarked graves of the civilizations it destroyed. They called it manifest destiny. They called it civilization. They called it progress. The forgotten empires would call it by its real name: extinction. If this enraged you, there's a book called 1491 by Charles C. Mann that documents dozens of advanced American civilizations deliberately erased by European conquest, with population estimates showing 90% of indigenous peoples were killed. It reconstructs entire forgotten empires from archaeological evidence the conquistadors tried to destroy. The scale of deliberate erasure is staggering. Link in description if you want to see what they didn't want you to know. More dark history next time.